Images of the new Star Wars LEGO mechs have surfaced online. Set 75368 Darth Vader, 75369 Boba Fett, and 75370 Stormtrooper. While these mechs themselves are decent builds, what I'm excited for most is the minifigures, one of which is on par with the UCS minifig that retails for over $150. So let's get right into it. Starting off with the least exciting minifigure is the one from the Darth Vader mech. From what I can tell in these images, this is the same Darth Vader we see in the new Emperor's Throne Room diorama and in the new TIE Bomber. Now, we don't know what head he will have and if it will be different, but chances are it'll be the same one that we see, so despite it being the same, it'd be a good opportunity to score some of these new Darth Vaders in a cheaper set. Currently, these sets are expected to cost around $14.99. Now, this figure currently sells for under $10 on Bricklink, but if you include shipping, you're probably going to be looking at $14.99, close to the price, so good opportunity to get a Darth Vader in that set. The next one we got is the Stormtrooper mech. This one's kind of interesting because from what I can tell, it's going to be a new minifig, and by that I mean it's going to be a new combination of existing parts. I'm looking at his helmet. It looks like the same one that we've seen before, the dual molded white with dark bluish gray marks. I can't tell for sure if it's the same one until we see the back. It does look like the same one to me, but the torso here is kind of the exciting part. If looking at the torso, I couldn't find any Stormtroopers that are currently sporting this torso. However, the Han Solo and Luke Skywalker from the Trash Compactor diorama set has this new Stormtrooper torso. What makes this one unique is looking at the shading underneath the chest armor is that two-tone gray shadow. That's kind of the unique identifier that I can find. From my research, currently no Stormtrooper sporting that torso, so it'll look like a new combination of that torso and the same legs that the Han Solo and Luke have, but with that same helmet we've seen before. So still a cool opportunity. Looking forward to that one. Now for the most controversial minifigure in this trio is the Boba Fett. What makes this figure so controversial is the fact that it is awfully similar to the UCS Boba Fett. Here's a side-by-side of the two figures. Now there's a lot of minifig collectors that are pretty upset about these similarities. They fear that this new Boba will bring down the value of the UCS Boba, which currently runs for around $150. Now my two thoughts on this is, first, I collect minifigures because I like owning the minifigure. The monetary value comes second to me. Sure, it would be nice for one day to sell some of these for a profit, but personally I just love adding new ones to my collection. So getting an opportunity to get a highly detailed Boba Fett for a very good price, I'm super excited for. So definitely going to be picking this one up. My second thought on this is that at first glance these figures look pretty identical. However, on a closer inspection you'll find that there are quite a few differences. From this picture, it looks like the helmet, weathering or battle damage is slightly different. The exposed Beskar above the brow looks bigger on the UCS Boba. The other helmet markings also look to vary in size and shape just slightly. His torso, I feel like, has the most different features. You'll notice the Padawan braid appears shorter on the new Boba than it does on the UCS one. He also is sporting a red bar on his chest, and right next to that is an extra piece of battle damage. The piece covering his midsection has 3 black dots, that's new, and lastly, if you look close, the belt pockets have different printing. As for color, with these pictures it's pretty hard to tell to say if it's the same exact shade of gray, but they look pretty close. Lastly, the legs, also very similar, but if you look really close, above the knees there looks like there's an extra fold in the pockets, and the damage on the knee pads looks very different. Also the toes, you'll notice the UCS Boba has 2 distinct small circles, while this new one only has 1. So I think these figures have enough differences that the UCS value will not be affected much. Not only that, the UCS Boba comes with the cloth pauldron. Even if these figs ended up being the exact same, I think that cloth pauldron would be the big differentiator and skyrocket in value. My backing for this series is looking at the Sabine Wren figure. This figure came in 2 sets, but only one set included her helmet, and now that helmet goes for around $90, while the figure goes for around $30, $35. What do you think? Do you think this new Boba threatens the price of the UCS Boba? If so, leave them in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.